afternoon, lovely stitchers. So I'm on to another stitch, and I thought I would do just some little seed stitches in this area here. So I'm just going to put a little knot in, and I'm just coming up. And what I mean by a seed stitch is just little tiny stitches that look, oops, like seeds, little tiny seeds, but they want to go, you're just coming up and down in different directions. So little tiny stab stitches, people call them. And if you have them in quite a compacted area, they look really effective. And it's not the easiest thing to get them to go all different directions, if I'm honest. You sort of have to. It's probably easier if you're in a hoop, because you can turn your hoop round. Been looking through a stitch book that I've had for a number of years, looking for unusual stitches or stitches that I haven't done in a long time, just to sort of get a bit of inspiration. It's because I tend to do, oops, got a knot, similar sort of kind of stitches all the time. So I thought I'd try and sort of get out of my comfort zone of the French knots and the bullion knots that I absolutely love. So I will be sort of learning a couple of new stitches, if you like, or relearning a couple of stitches. Back in the day, when my granny taught me how to stitch, to embroider, it was, you did a little sampler. And I'm sure if you're of a certain age like me, you did a little sampler on what we call binker. And it had holes in it. It was like a warp and a weft. And it had holes in it, and you did like cross stitch or running stitch or chain stitch all along in lines, a bit like the old-fashioned samplers that they did, you know, in the back in the Victorian and Edwardian times, probably previous to that as well. But yeah, we'd make them little bookmarks and tray doilies and coasters and things like that. Always got a gift. People got a gift over that. Needle cases and things. But yeah, so we'd learn lots and lots of different stitches throughout. Every Sunday when I went round to Granny and Grandpa's, I would sit after lunch with Granny after we'd prepared mint sauce with fresh mint from the garden, and we'd chop that up. After we'd prepared all the lunch and eaten the lunch and washed the pots from the lunch, and we'd then stitch or whatever, knit, or go down the garden with Grandpa to feed the chickens. So, okay, I'm going to carry on with that in that area, and then I'll be back again for another stitch.